Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to
I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was an addiction fiend. I met her with a wishing willow, masturbating with a dead cat. She said, I'm gonna be with you forever, Nikki. You done vomited on yourself. Like, bitch, get away from me. Get the fuck away from me, bitch. Get away from me. Strap in, kids. It's a 2-hour extravaganza. Strap the F in, okay? Some of y'all like Thomas. Don't ever do that again. Thomas, don't ever do that again. Nah, I'm gonna do it again if I feel like it. God damn it. Bear would never have that much soul. Bear and soul in the same sentence? Never.
I mean, technically, Bear is nothing but a soul right now.
He's pretty much, like right now he is.
He did, y'all.
That's right, kids. It is day 2 of breaking down the worst film ever put on the celluloid. The incel anthem known as Obsession. Listen, I'm saying that Obsession is the worst goddamn film I've ever seen. And I'm saying this knowing that Citizen Vigilante is out there and Run, Hide, Fight Infidels is coming. So Thomas might be eating some words here pretty soon. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge something. The Coffee Bean family lost a member of our family. Jamila passed away. She's survived by her children. And Jamila has been a open part of this show. We have loved on Jamila. Jamila has loved on us. We will miss her. I want you to keep Harley, her daughter, and her son in your thoughts and your prayers. A moment of silence for an original Coffee Bean. Jamila, moment of silence, please. I want to thank Jamila for being a part of this community. Harley said that they are going to try to live stream the funeral. Please let us know where, and we will be watching. All right. Yes, it is day 2 of breaking down Obsession. And today we're talking about Nikki. And I'm a be honest with you. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Nikki, I want to feel bad for Nikki, but I don't. I want to feel bad for Nikki, but I do not. You see, even in the Obsession universe, Nikki is still a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I said what I said. This should be a Nikki and Ian thing, but it's definitely because they were fucking. Okay, there was oh my god. Ian knew this and Nikki knew this. Nikki, knowing that she's banging Bear's best friend, Ian, did not look Bear in the face and say, yo, son, I'm banging your best friend.
But let's not forget there were other women in this friend group, and Nikki enjoyed being the vixen, being the controlling, contrarian vixen of the group. She felt that she was more attractive than Sarah, therefore she was better than Sarah, and she kind of fed off that control that was afforded to her by Bear having a crush on her. She
And you
liked
know
it.
what? Can we just say this out loud? Nikki was not more attractive than Sarah. I said what I said. I'm sorry. Sarah
No,
was cute. Sarah was cute. She was lacking in the, you know what I mean? Like she could have had a sandwich or four, but Nikki
they
was
were
not more
both
attractive
pretty.
than sorry.
They were both pretty thin, but here's the thing. Sarah represents again, I feel like everything from this a lot of what not everything, but a lot from this movie was pulled from online trends because this is like the
Yes.
vixen versus the cutie patootie. Sarah was the cutie patootie. If y'all remember last year, there was a conversation about who was a cutie patootie. Would you date a cutie patootie, or do you need to have a knockout vixen? Do you have to have the Saint Swole meet? Like what
Wait a
what's
minute.
truly
Wait.
aesthetically
There was a
pleasing to you?
conversation about this shit? There was really
Yes.
a conversation about this.
Yes. I realize I
Why?
see a lot of these conversations because I don't sleep
Yeah,
properly.
you see him because I don't see this shit. Nobody shows me this shit.
Oh,
What
my
kind of
bad.
what
Well,
the
first of all, I was on timeout after
Why?
the whole I couldn't show you because you said that I had to take some time off from sending you stuff after the whole understandably after the semen jewelry thing.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I understand.
I
I earned it. I earned the
yeah, you
timeout.
did. Yes, you did. You earned that
I
one.
did.
That was all you, partner.
So
That was you, B. That was you right there, B.
it was right after I discovered that literally like I think 6 or 7 videos after that. Um yeah, they were discussing. It started with who like constitutes a cutie patootie. Would you date a cutie patootie? All these different things. Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't know how high on the sheep stealer scale we'll be getting today. I don't know. We could be sitting at just regular schmegular as normal, or we could be hitting we really could be hitting Gary Oldman. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Eddie,
I don't know.
bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
So I want y'all to keep that in mind. I don't know how high on the sheep stealer scale we're gonna get today. I don't. Because Nikki pissed me off because in the incel world, Nikki represents the girl they can't have. The problem with Nikki being placed as the girl they can't have is the fact that somebody else was already having that ass. So she can be had, it's just not by your punk ass, Bear.
Yeah, and that's I'm going to continue this conversation over on Patreon when we're done here today. Because you made some points yesterday and I meant to put it up yesterday, but life happens. Because there's some things that I noticed in pulling the research for y'all to help you understand femcells and incels. Incels don't just want a woman. They always tend to want the taken woman, the woman that's already with somebody. And it's like, and then they blame all women because this one woman is loyal to who she's with.
Which in any relationship, unless it's some polyamorous, get this motherfucker out of here before I smack the shit out of him type shit. Normally, when a woman is taken, that's the end of the goddamn conversation. That is literally the end of the goddamn conversation. That's it. Hey yo, can I get some of that ass? No, I got a man. Okay, I'm out of here. In incel world, I got a man is code for, but I'm not happy. Who the hell told you this, dog? Part of the game is this.
Well, Thomas, there is a subset of men, and I found this out I was in my 30s, and this guy was damn near 50 when he said this. He was trying to correct me because there was a guy that approached me, and I was just like, "Oh, no, thank you," and moved on, because I realized if I'm out in the wild by myself or with other women, you got to be polite, even if you don't want to be polite to these people. And he said saying thank you means that you're considering it. No, it don't.
No, it don't. Let me give this show the proper opening that it so richly deserves. Like I said, I don't know where on the sheep stealer scale we're gonna be today. So be prepared. Please be prepared, because this shit might go from 0 to YN sheep stealer in about 10 seconds.
Well, do it,
Okay.
and don't do it in the first 15 minutes. Open the show. I'm going to make my coffee. I just realized
she's going to make her coffee. I'm gonna open the show. Godzilla -1 ultimate roar. Let's have some fun, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Miss America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to an obsessively Tuesday episode of The Sound of Coffee on Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud member of the Outcast Nation. But your mama joke this morning. Your mom didn't want to tell your daddy that she was currently getting piped down by the long stroke. Okay, she didn't want to tell him. Every day she go home walking bow-legged. And your daddy be like, "Why you walk like that?" And she go, "None of your goddamn business." Because she didn't want to tell him that early in the afternoon while your father was out there screwing around at work, she was screwing around on
Daddy long stroke. You can't smoke it. Daddy long stroke. You can't toke it. Daddy long stroke. 8 inches, come on, leave.
So your father, not realizing that your mama out there walking bow-legged, because she's getting the pipes knocked off her ass, he just assumes that it's because of her love thing. It's because of his love thing, that 4 inches of blue steel. What your father doesn't realize is your mama hasn't looked at his 4 inches of blue steel in many moons. And why should she? Why should she subject herself to laying down on the goddamn bed and getting pounded to sleep for 35 seconds by the love thing, when she knows for a fact somewhere waiting for her is
Daddy long stroke. You can't smoke it. Daddy long stroke. You can't toke it. Daddy long stroke. 8 inches, come on, leave it.
Look at Miss Lyles. Miss Lyles walked in and said, "Corner." Miss Lyles instantly went to the corner. Miss Lyles was like, "I ain't playing today. There'll be some bullshit. I'm going to the corner." So, we're going to talk about this goddamn movie, part 2. All right. So yesterday we talked about the incel sock fucking nature that is Bear. Today, we're talking about the unhingedness that is Nikki. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Something I noticed in Nikki. Something I noticed. Before the Wish Willow, Nikki seemed like the sort of person that could stand up for herself. Like, "Yo, you got something to say? Say it to my face." No, for real. Nah, Bear. Like, Nikki looked like the sort of person start pulling off earrings and shit. Like, "Nah, Bear. Say it with your chest, Bear. Say it with your chest, Bear. Huh? What was that, Bear? Huh? Smack the shit out of you, Bear. And then the wish willow gets broken. And Nikki turned into every stereotype that men have about women. Now, I don't know who this actress is. Isn't her name like Navarette or some shit? Like India Emiria, the Indigo Navarette, something. Her name's Navarette, I think. I don't know. I got nothing against this actor. Nothing at all. But how in the actual French fried funky fresh fuck did you think that this character was going to be something monumental? How did you think this? Like, and I mean that with everything in me. What made you read Indy? That's her name, Indy Navarette. Okay. What made you read this part and think, yeah, this is empowering? There is nothing empowering about Nikki post Wish Willow. Nothing. She is every stereotype a man has ever said about a woman. Everyone. Unhinged? Yes. Obsessive? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. And
But
it's not
here's the
just
thing: you
Nikki.
have to realize the incel made the wish. Okay, sticking with the tropes in this movie, she instantly went to lying to center herself in victimhood. Now, one could make the argument she did that as a way of, oh, if he contacts this person and they see I'm in distress, they will come and save me from being trapped. But, and you got to put this in there, given that she is a white woman, a lot of them are raised from birth, a lot, not all, to fall into that default damsel in distress syndrome. And in incels, they believe, because their talking points is you need a man to save you from the world. So they kind of had to write her as that after, the wish was made, so that Bear could be like, oh, I'm gonna save her, but she ain't never
You can't-
saved.
Listen, the triple D's is like white woman, like it is Lex Luthor to Superman. Every white woman has got to fight against the triple D. Now, I know a lot of y'all want to be dirty, and some of y'all even want me to hit this.
Pause! What is that?
You got to understand the triple D. Default damsel in distress. Okay? The default damsel in distress is the oldest trope in, I don't know, society, I guess. White women get to be like the funniest default damsel in distress I've ever seen in my entire life is that white woman from The Color Purple. When she dropped off Miss Sophia to have dinner with her family. And then the bitch couldn't drive the damn car. And then here come black men trying to help this goofy bitch try to drive this goddamn car. And she's like, I've always been good to the blacks. That's the default damsel in distress right there. That's the funniest one to me. But Curry Baker, in his mad dash to put this bullshit on the air, wrote, he literally took the strength out of Nikki and turned her into a default damsel in distress. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of women, there's a lot of white women especially, that will say blame the man. The man made us this way. Just because you were put in that position doesn't mean you got to stay in that position. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this idea that incels have of women needing to be saved is a problem. And Curry Baker put this shit, it's part of the lore of the movie. Because it wasn't like Nikki loved on some bear and then worked or, had her own, like she went to her own apartment. She washed her own ass. No, she was completely and utterly obsessed. And I want y'all to think about the wording of the wish. I wish Nikki would fall head over heels in love with me. Not Nikki would need me as her savior. Not Nikki be helpless and the only person that can save her is me. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Do y'all see where I'm going with this? So the writer wrote Nikki as this helpless babe in the woods. And Nikki and the actress, I would have had some pushback. I would have had some goddamn pushback. Because at what point would you have left after you duct taped the door, he done left, and you stood in the same goddamn spot, vomiting on yourself, shitting on yourself, and pissing on yourself? That's not love, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't even obsession. That's unhinged. That's some unhinged shit. This whole time, and you know what? Thank you, Samantha. Even in her sleeping moment, when she said, please kill me, bitch, you could have killed your damn self. This man got more oxycodone in his house than the Mexican cartel. Bitch, come on. I've had obsession moments. I've had addiction moments. Well, not addiction. You know. Even in that, you still have some level of some sense of yourself. You know what I mean? Like you don't completely and utterly turn into a bag of goddamn mashed potatoes. No, you have moments where you can think for yourself. The fact that Nikki, even in her sleeping moments, felt like the only way to get out of this was for Bear to kill her is bullshit. If it's that, and again, I know there's going to be a lot of women like, well, you putting a whole lot on her. I'm not putting a whole lot on her. I'm only going by what the movie gave us. According to the Wish, Nikki shouldn't have been acting like this. Fried cat is not falling in love with me forever. Sorry, I don't care.
Yeah, the thing about it is, Nikki was fighting against what was controlling her. So there was Nikki in there. Nikki was conscious of everything that was going on, and Nikki was strong enough to slightly fight back, but still went into the come save me trope.
Even still, even in the midst of her knowing that this person is not her. Like, okay, here's one. If you could talk in your sleep, how come you never told him I never liked you like this? How come you never told him?
Or go back to the honesty from yesterday. Why not say, hey, Baron, my friend, my coworker, I'm trapped inside my own body.
Yes. But we got to go beyond. We got to go to the first part of this. This whole goddamn scenario. Nikki and Ian was bumping uglies. Nikki's telling other people, I see Bear as my brother. Tell Bear that shit. Hey, Bear. Hey, yo. Bear, come here. Come. Hey, listen. Put the pinky ring on. Put the pinky ring on and get the mafia shit. Hey, Bear, come here. Listen. I only like you as a goddamn brother, you little simple son of a bitch. Get out of my face. Like, tell him that. She was banging Ian. Obviously, she liked Ian. Or she liked Ian's dick. I don't judge. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he ain't got that good. This fictional idea of the friend zone. Let me go ahead and address this shit once and for goddamn all, okay? This fictional idea of the friend zone. Oh my God, she friend zoned me. Gentlemen, there is no such thing. Okay? There is no such thing as the friend zone. She either likes you or she don't like you. The end. That's it. That boom. That's it. That's all it is. She either likes you or don't like you.
Brings up the point. You do realize Bear won't listen to reason because he's an incel. Here's a caveat that I think all of us missed yesterday. Like I said, and going through the research and everything. And I admit I missed this. So you learn, you do better. Incels start to not listen based upon who they place themselves around. And with a lot of incels, they kind of do like addicts. They don't want to do the deed in front of you. So they'll exclude themselves from those that appear quote unquote normal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go into these spaces with other incels. They're like, nah, you're right. You go, you're absolutely right. But one component that we all miss is that incels have a friend that's not an incel, like Ian,
Ian
that
ain't shit.
know that they're chasing girls that don't want them, that know, that put them in a position like, yeah, go out and get her. Yeah, tell her this, tell her that. So then they get to the point where they're deluded. It's no different than when we tell people like, oh, that's Susan. That's just how she is. Instead of ever correcting Susan, we make everybody else conform to Susan till it gets to the point where somebody else pops up and goes, hey, yo, Susan, you're a bitch. Susan gets to the point where she doesn't listen.
Now, I will say this much. Nightbird is correct. Ian ain't shit. Ian ain't shit. I'm giving you that one. I will give you that one. Yesterday should have been about Bear and Ian. Absolutely should. Because Ian ain't shit. Ian deadass is not shit. Because you watch that boy go into this all big long ass rigmarole about a girl you knew for a goddamn fact didn't like him. And you let him do it anyway. You ain't shit. You ain't shit, and your mama should have swallowed you. I will give you that. I will give
opening
you
the
that.
movie to a humiliation ritual, it seems, it was diabolical.
That was
Because
horrific.
when I
But
realized that, first of all, to put the waitress in that position, because I promise you,
I'd
in
have
real
stabbed
life,
his
that
ass.
waitress was terrified the rest of her shift, because that is some weird shit.
I'd have
Okay?
I would have stabbed his ass. I'd have dead ass stabbed.
And then you're
It's
putting
shank
your
time.
friend through all of this for the girl that you're. I want y'all to think of this. It would be as if a friend of mine will say, Becca comes to me and go, girl, I really got a crush on that chaos feller. You think you could help me out? I'm like, girl, I'm hyping her up, telling her all these things, having her practice, knowing good and damn well, not only is he not available, he's with me. And then
But
I'll
here's
pop out and go, surprise, surprise, we're married. Like if she was to snap my head away from my shoulders, I only got myself to blame.
Now, this is why I say Nikki also ain't shit. Because if Bear is doing this shit in front of Ian, and Ian is currently banging Nikki, then that means Ian knows that Bear likes Nikki, which means he's told Nikki that Bear likes him. If I was Nikki, you got to jump in front of that shit. Yo, hey, come here. What's this shit I hear about you liking me? Like the shit in the car. Do you like me or not? Bitch, you don't like him, so what difference does it make? What difference does it make if he has a crush on you or not? Come on now. Come on now. If my friend is screwing a woman that I have a crush on, and my friend makes me watches me practice telling this girl that I like, who he's currently screwing, if he watches me gather up my courage to go talk to him, I'm gonna shoot him in the face. But that means the girl that I like also knows that I like her, and also knows that my man's is banging her. Which means if she don't say no, I'm shooting her ass in the face too. Got me out here looking stupid. This is why I said Nikki was not some damsel in goddamn distress. Nikki's ass was a part of this. It was a game to both of them. It was a game.
I never understood and this is why I say she was a vixen. She loved the control that she had, because I'm sorry, if I'm getting a ride home from a coworker / friend, okay, if I get the inkling that they're crushing on me, the worst thing, because you don't know what somebody is going to do when their emotions are like that. Okay, they could be a very caring person, but if they feel humiliated in a romantic sense, this is what causes people to snap. I'm not going to be in the car going, do you like me? You could tell me, do you like me? Especially
No.
when I know I don't reciprocate the feelings. First of all, I wouldn't have asked. If I would have got the inkling that somebody has a crush on me, I'm not asking you to drive me home. Not
No.
because I don't still trust you as a friend, but I don't want anything at that point to get crossed, because we know there are some people, well, you know, she invited me to her house, that's a sign that she likes me, or she split her sandwich with me, that's a sign that she likes me. Nikki wasn't shit, and Nikki knew that Bear wouldn't do anything to hurt her.
But see, that's the thing. Nikki was going on this idea that Bear is harmless. What if Bear was walking around with the scalps of women that he done gave a ride home, told him he liked them, they said they didn't like him, and he killed their ass.
Yeah.
I'm not putting shit. I'm not taking a ride from anybody that I think might like me, but also might be dangerous. I'm good.
And I'm glad you pulled out that she believed that he was harmless, because throughout the movie, she still believed that he was harmless. Because let's face it, to present yourself as being in an abusive relationship with you openly harming yourself in front of other people, what if this man would have snapped and been like, you know what, if you want to make me look like an abuser, I'll be the abuser.
You don't, my thing is always going to be this. This is why I said women have got to get themselves off of this ethereal pedestal that society tries to put them on, because that ethereal that pedestal also comes with weakness. If a woman is, oh, well, you know, women's virtue and the virtue of women, you know, translation, bitch, you can't do shit, you weak. That's what that is. I really want you to understand it. That's what that is. That's why I say women are as much of a screw up, a fuck up, and everything else as anybody else on the planet, because they're human goddamn beings. But when you let somebody put you on this ethereal, angelic pantheon, oh my God, you know, her virtue, and you out your gut, when reality hits, that's when some bitches start acting like they ain't got no goddamn sense. And guess what, gentlemen? It happens to you too. Y'all play with women's emotion. Y'all do. You banging her best friend, but she over here crushing on your dumb ass. So you offer her a ride home, you know, you chilling. She's trying to gather up this courage to tell you how much she likes you, but you know for a fact you don't like her like that. You tell her, homegirl, I don't like you like that. I really don't. She's cute, she's nice, but I think of her as my sister. What if you drop her ass off and she stabs your stupid ass to death after she confesses this shit? What happens then? This is why I said, for far too long, society has tried to make women these little ballerina statues under glass. They're so precious that, no, women are just as fucked up as men are. They always have been. Women can make mistakes. Women can make bad choices. Women can go out there and do stupid shit. Why? Because they're human. And as human beings, you know when some shit needs to be addressed. Ian ain't shit because he sat there and let his friend humiliate himself. But Nikki is not blameless in this, because if Ian is banging Nikki and Nikki is talking to Ian and Ian is telling her, yo, Bear likes you, like really, really likes you, and she don't say shit, come on, man. Come on. But in order for people to see women as human beings, they got to break past that bullshit of seeing women as these angelic, above the fray, fragile. No. A woman can tell a motherfucker no just as well as a man can. And yes, there is a danger. Do you hear what I'm saying? A danger. Regardless if it's a man or a woman, whether they're trans or straight or whatever the hell. There is always a danger with playing with somebody's goddamn emotions. Always. They just let that bitch, what's her name? The OnlyFans model. The OnlyFans model. She did 2 years for stabbing a man to death. To death. They just let her out after 2 goddamn years. After 2 years. That he was getting abused, but he was too manly to say any goddamn thing about it until the bitch stabbed him to death. So again, everybody looks at these women like, oh my God, I can't believe it. No, women can kill too. Women are human goddamn beings. Which means, as human beings, women have the capacity to be embarrassed and to embarrass someone. Women can play just as many games as men do. And what Nikki and Ian were doing were playing in Bear's face. Now, does that justify anything that Bear did? Fuck no, it doesn't. It does not. In no way, shape, form, or fashion does that justify any of the shit that Bear did. But the onus has to start with the two people that knew this situation was going on and did not a goddamn thing about it. Period. You can get mad at it if you want to. You can get mad at it if you want to. But it's truth. If you know this man like you. You know it. You know it. Say something. You don't let him go out there and get, because guess what? You embarrass him enough times, somebody got to die. You, come on now. My thing is always going to be society has got to stop. This is the reason why we have such a wellspring of intelligence and innovation in women, but we don't use it. We underutilize it because a male-centric, a patriarchal society has made it as such, and B, some women have bought into it. A lot of women have bought into that bullshit. Oh no, I'm too weak. Bitch, no, you're not. No, you're not. Okay? You are just as capable of playing games with somebody as any man. As any man. And yes, I've always said men are the keepers of violence. We are the practitioners and instructors of violence. Do not misunderstand me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But that does not mean women can't be violent. It doesn't. It does not. It does not mean that women cannot be as manipulative as men are. They can. They can. A lot of third-wave feminists have got women believing that they're above the fray. You're not. You are the fray. Meaning, if a man can play with your emotions, you can play with a man's emotions. If a man can play with a woman's emotions, a woman can play with a man's emotions because you're both human beings. And that's what human beings are capable of doing. Right? So the bullshit that Ian and Nikki put Bear through was unnecessary. Nikki's hands are not clean in this shit. They're not clean. And even in the midst of her being overtaken by this goddamn wish, she still was looking for a man to do something for her. If it's that important for you to get out of it, bitch, kill your goddamn self. Thank you. It's a two-way street. It is a two-way street. I wish women could see themselves as the human beings that they are. I do. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I wish women could see themselves as the human beings that they are. There are things that women will go through that I never will. I do not know what it's like to walk down the street and get catcalled. I don't know. That is a woman-centric problem. It is men doing it, but they're doing it towards women. I got that. But like we were talking about yesterday, you'll have all men strip reviews and women will go in, like the one plus size women that went in knowing this one. And like I said, it's in a documentary. Man, gay as the day is long, but he's in a male review. He goes out to go do his thing with this one plus size woman, and she intentionally did not wear underwear. So that when he started doing all that grinding shit and putting his leg between his face, her pussy's out. She walked out the door knowing this. She walked out the door intentionally knowing. So this idea that we got to, women, they're so ethereal, oh my God, they're above the fray. No, they're not. They're in the fray too. They're in the fray too. And I feel like Nikki, you could say along with Ian, or you could say solo. Nikki knew what the situation was and chose not to address it head on. You know this guy like you. Why are you taking a ride from him if you don't like him the same way? Why? What are you doing? Why are you even entertaining this shit? Say that shit at work. You say that shit at work when he's like, can I give you a ride home? No, I'm good. I'm gonna walk. And by the way, Bear, we need to address this right now. I know you have a crush on me. I don't have one on you. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't see you that way. I always see you as like my little
But
brother.
let's not forget that right after everything, and the next time they went to work, and Bear was creeped out, and he was like, "Oh, I can't give you a ride home." And she's like, "No, no, no, I'm not riding anyway." And Ian's like, "I'm taking her home." So they was still busting it down.
Still.
After the wish, they were still busting it down. Like, to say that
Still.
Nikki didn't have any level of autonomy, no. Nikki is that woman that's going to play everybody that she believes will come and protect her, to try to guarantee protection no matter how the chips fall. If Ian stops messing with her, Bear will come and protect her. If both of them stop, then Sarah will have her back. And in the end, nobody came to protect this heifer.
No, because at the end of all of this, Nikki's ass is the one that's getting ready to go to prison for a long damn time. Nikki is. Again, nobody is taking the onus off of Bear. Bear started this shit. He did. He's the one that made the wish that killed everybody. That was him. But the fact that Ian and Nikki both knew what was going on, and the object of the crush at no point went to said crusher and said, "Yo, shit ain't, it's not gonna go. It's just not gonna go. I'm sorry, it's not gonna go." That's a little bit concerning to me. Now, a lot of people will go, "Well, it's in the writing." Again, we are trying to take, if we're going by simply what's on the damn screen, if we're going by simply what's on the goddamn screen, then Nikki and Ian knew this shit was going to happen. Nikki never addressed it. That's why her ass ended up in the situation that she ended up in. But if you want to bring in the writer, everything seems to be trying to move away from the onus being on Nikki and goddamn Ian as a couple, and Nikki in particular. No. If I know a girl has a crush on me, but I don't have a crush on her, I'm banging her friend, or I'm not banging anybody at all, and somebody keeps telling me, "Yo, so-and-so got a crush on you." But I don't see her like that. Well, she really got a crush on you. Okay, I don't see her like that. If I don't say something, I'm leading her ass on. Sorry, there's going to be a whole lot of people that are listening and watching this that want to get mad at me. They're going to say I'm being misogynistic. Okay. You can say it if you want to, but answer me this question. Are you a woman who makes her own decisions, or are you a damsel in distress? It's a simple ass question. It's a simple ass question. Simple ass question. Because if we're going to judge this, we can't be looking at it like, "Oh my God, Nikki was the victim." No, she wasn't. Because before that wish willow even came out, she knew she didn't like Bear like that. So much so that she was fucking his friend. And the easy scapegoat goes, "Well, it was Ian's fault." No. Who was Ian sleeping with? If Ian was busting off in Bear's socks, I could see that being, you know what I mean? No. He bumping uglies with the chick that Bear has a crush on. And the woman knew this. So think about this for just a second. That whole humiliation thing that he did with the goddamn waitress. Ian sat there and watched him do it, right? Right? You don't think he went and told Nikki this shit? You don't think at any point he went and told Nikki this shit? You don't think that wasn't a topic of conversation when they was after busting it off with each other? You don't think that 15 minutes after he wasn't laying in bed talking about, "Girl, you should have seen him when he was out there trying to flirt with that goddamn waitress like he was talking to you. It was funny as hell. She laughing, he laughing." You don't think that happened? Word. Are you serious right now? Of course it did. Of course it did. The problem is, to say that out loud, kind of disgusting. People don't like that. Why? I don't know why. I have no earthly idea why not. Tell the truth. My problem, my issue in American society right now is I'll give you a perfect example. When we talk about Trump's largest voter base for over 10 years has been white men. This is not a secret. This is not a secret. White men overwhelmingly voted for Trump 3 goddamn times. But y'all ain't never seen the pictures of them white women talking about thank God for Trump. Taz, do we have that picture of him when he was them goofy ass blonde white women that was sitting up front talking about thank God for Trump? Do you have a picture of that? You find that?
Yeah, one sec.
Because guess what? In 3 presidential elections, white women have overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. So no matter how bad Trump may be a misogynist, it still didn't stop an overwhelming majority, well, not overwhelming, but a majority of white women for voting for the son of a bitch. Listen, you argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. That's why I stopped talking about mediocre white men and started talking about mediocre white people. Because white women are the ones that give birth to these mediocre bitches. Think about this. Bear's mama made Bear the way he is. Are we not going to give that bitch any goddamn blame for the fact that her son's a piece of shit? Are we not? We just going to blame that on her daddy. We just going to pretend like Bear became this way just out of, I don't know, like a cordyceps infection. Just, all right, it happens. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. It's right there. It's right there. Seriously, look at it. White women are out here clamoring for Donald Trump. Clamoring. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. Just because I thought y'all should know. Women can be Coonesians too. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Women can be Coonesians too. Here's a man who is a 3-time baby daddy or 5-time baby daddy. Morning, Nana, love you. 3-time married, 5-time baby daddy. Who is a pig. By every definition of misogynistic, Donald Trump meets every requirement. Yet for some reason, look at them women. Just look at them. They sit right on the screen. Look at them. Look. Look at it. Look at the excitement in their face. Look at the just, oh my God, I can't believe it. Who's holding the sign that says, thank you, Lord Jesus, President Trump? Who's holding that? Who's holding that? Who is it that gave birth to Andrew Tate? Where's Nick Fuentes' mom? This how much that bitch ain't shit. This how much Nick Fuentes' mom ain't shit. Nick Fuentes used to do all that misogynistic shit in her house, in her basement. It got so bad, the bitch told him, hey, you got to move. So he moved, right? Then, when he made that your body, my choice shit, and women showed up at his goddamn front door and was burning his goddamn house down, he ran back to her house, and then she told him, well, you can't bring that all here. Never, hey, your son is a piece of shit. The bitch sat there and just let him go. There are a lot of women who want to take their fingerprints off of the fact that we got a bunch of nasty, trifling-ass men walking around here. Some of these men got balls they should not have. Whoever Joe Webbin's wife is, bitch, go dance in the ocean at night, bitch. Go dance in the ocean at night. Whoever the hell is currently giving Joe Webbin some good, dance your ass in the bottom of the ocean at night. Do a moonwalk on the bridge of the Titanic, bitch. Did you not say Trump? True. Trump's own sister came out one day and was talking to Mary. I think it was Mary's mom or something like that. I don't even remember. No, it was her aunt. It was Trump's sister. And she was talking about it's always about him. It's always about him. It's always about him. He makes it about himself. He's egotistical. You knew this and you was in the house with him. Bitch, you ain't say nothing? You mean to tell me at no point in that man's life, after mom and dad kicked off to the Mahalia Jackson section of the Boab Bird Express, you never told your brother he ain't shit? Really? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Whoever, listen, a lot of women prop up shitty men and then unleash them bastards onto the planet. Now we all got to deal with him. Like, everybody asked for all this. Why am I, who learned the game, who was a student of the game, why am I standing next to a dude who just recently learned how to pull boogers out of his nose and clean his upper lip? Out here, he's standing next to me talking about, I can't keep these bitches off of me. I wish you'd get away from me. I really wish you'd get away from me. Your ass on for still on you. Who propped up Donald Trump? Ivana never once came out and said anything derogatory about this piece of shit. It was a good husband and good father, him and good president. Bitch, you know you lying. You know you lying. You know this man ain't shit. Marla Maples is the first lady of Mar-a-Lago. Bitch, have you not learned? He don't even know your daughter's name. Okay? He wants to bang Ivanka, but he don't even know Tiffany. He couldn't spell Tiffany if Tiffany wrote the letters on his goddamn face. And we're not even going to talk about Melania. Just never has pussy lips ever been more worthless than the ones on Melania. There was that woman, the white woman, who gave birth to this black kid, this black child. He was a grown man. He has literally locked her out of his house. She's calling him a nigger. Bitch, you knew when you laid down with a black man and got some black dick, you knew what might come out of there. Now your child's a nigger. You ain't shit, bitch. You ain't. You thought it would be cool. Let me go get some black. Do you have a child that you don't love because your racist ass is out here acting like you ain't got no goddamn sense, and you are calling your child a nigger? You did that. You did. Now, am I supposed... Everybody, there'd be a whole lot of people like, well, you got to look at where she came from. Bitch, I don't give a goddamn where she came from. Everything that came out of my nuts is my child. And I'll be goddamn if all of a sudden I'm going to discover my racism towards my own goddamn children. This bitch birthed this child, raised him, and raised him in a house knowing goddamn well she didn't like black men. So why the hell would you sleep with one in the first goddamn place? Knowing there's a possibility you might end up having a biracial child. But you calling them niggas and shit. I'd have knocked her ass off that guy. I'd have knocked her off a terrorist. There, I said it. I would have knocked her ass smooth off a goddamn terrorist. Bitch, what's wrong with you? Women, this is what I mean. To demystify the way people see womanhood is to, A, give women their humanity back. And 2, it is to allow women to fail, to make mistakes, to make piss poor choices. I'm only saying this because for far too damn long, especially in my life, I have watched as women, like, seriously, I want you to think about it. Imagine being a woman living in the world right now. Especially black women. I'm going to just say it, especially black women. You are not allowed to be human at any point of the day. Do you hear what I am trying to tell you? At no point during the day is a black woman allowed to be a simple human being. They're not. Black women have to be on point all the goddamn time. Society already knows. Black women wake up knowing when they walk out the door, society's already going to think of them.
We have to be ready to be the patsy / the fall guy, the mammy, the therapist, the bodyguard, and all of these things. For at any moment when anybody feels that they don't need us anymore, or they will lie to themselves and embody our accomplishments and our work, then they will toss us to the side. Once they toss us to the side and we become the villain in their mind is the most dangerous place for us. Because they will go out of their way to make sure we never flourish again. We are silenced so much because people don't want us to tell the truth. Oftentimes, we are forgotten about being in the room. We are the ultimate fly on the wall. People talk about, being white and the things that white people say around them. A lot of y'all say a lot of things to and around us and don't realize what you're saying. And when you do realize it, you go out of your way to silence black people, well, black women, because you don't want that to get out, as if people don't already see who you are.
Now, I told y'all yesterday that I heard something very disturbing about Gloria Steinem. So I'm gonna look it up, and I'm because hold on. I did not know this. I knew none of this. So all of this was a shock to me, but I saw it on a goddamn Instagram reel, and I had to go look into it, right? There's a story out of the USC Center for Public Diplomacy. And the story is a blog, and it's called "The Feminist Was a Spy." In it, it describes how Gloria Steinem, this feminist icon, was working for the CIA. So it says, I'm going to just read the first part of it. Gloria Steinem's new book, My Life on the Road, recounts her life journeys and travel. Early reviews and profiles reveal incredible detail of Steinem's barrier-breaking feminist role, liberal politics, romances, proclivities, and style. What is often missed or mischaracterized, however, is the work she did as a CIA agent. Steinem was a spook. CIA agents are tight-lipped, but Steinem spoke openly about her relationship to the agency in the 1950s and 60s after a magazine revealed her employment by a CIA front organization, the Independent Research Services. While popularly polarized because of her paymasters, Steinem defended the CIA relationship, saying, "In my experience, the agency was completely different from its image. It was liberal, nonviolent, and honorable. Less cloak and dagger and more young, energetic global representation for American values and freedoms." Steinem leveraged her underwriting to attend international youth festivals organized and otherwise ideologically dominated by American adversaries. Long before the formalized concept of soft power, Steinem personified and promoted abroad the vigor and progressive nature of the U.S. youth movement. Strange as it may seem, Steinem's personal views and CIA public goals aligned. Her brand of social revolution, promoted by American tax dollars, was meant to counter Soviet-sponsored revolutionary messaging. Public funds were intended to slow the Soviet scourge while showing America's alternative democratic face. I want you to think about that for just a second. Gloria Steinem worked in partnership with the CIA to be a counterbalance to Soviet what's the word I'm looking for? Influence. Because in the 50s and 60s, the Cold War was going bananas. And what was happening is a lot of the youth, you had Soviet kids, were espousing the greatness of communism. Our CIA wanted to stop that shit. So they wanted to find an alternative. And they used Gloria Steinem. Now, is Gloria Steinem working for the CIA a problem? No. Most, we never will know how many people really worked for the spooks. We will never know. But what is a problem is this. She parlayed her work with the CIA into this icon status of feminism. That is a problem. That's a goddamn problem. That is a problem. I don't care where you get your money at. I truly don't. But tell the damn truth for the love of Pete. Drone-launched bombs carry less subtle American message to today's targets. Given global challenges and threats, the CIA is put into a more difficult militarized role than in the past. The agency's own own overreach and mistakes have created a new vulnerability further exacerbated by the publishing of Edward Snowden's stolen files. Perhaps Steinem's 1960 characterization of a liberal, nonviolent, and honorable CIA was idealistic and self-serving, but there's no question that today's agency is still unnecessary and wildly different. The 6,700-page U.S. Senate torture report is a good place to start when seeking understanding of how different. How many people have given? Thank you, cynical villain, for bringing a donut. How many people knew that Gloria Steinem was a spook? How many? Do you know why a lot of people didn't know, and a lot of people will hear that, and it's kind of like there's a miswire or a misfiring in your brain? Is because we put women on that pedestal. You see what I'm talking about? When women are put on this ethereal mountain with crystals and they're wearing angel wings and they're barefoot, when a woman does something like work with the goddamn CIA, it messes with your fucking head. It does. You're like, what? Wait, whoa. Be safe, Shab. Love you to death, brother. Be safe on the streets, bro. Yes. Women, come on now. Yes. Women worked with the CIA. Women were put in as plants in different organizations to bring them down. Yes. Wonder what kind of what your people said. But if you do not give a woman a humanity, when you hear shit like Gloria Steinem worked with the CIA, it's gonna mess with your head. It's gonna mess with your head.
That's not what messes with people's head. What messes with people's head is when they put women in these organizations and don't make them use sex as a way of infiltrating. When women are put in those positions and they're able to use combat, when they're able to use their intellect, that's what messes with people's head. The whole premise is women are to be saved or sexualized. And when that doesn't happen, that's when brains explode.
And that's the thing. I am of the belief, and I've always been of the belief. This is not some shit that I got simply because of social media. This has been the way I've been since I was a kid, okay? I have always been under the impression that women are always treated differently. That doesn't mean better. That doesn't mean worse. They're treated differently. And one of the things that I've always seen about American society is weakness. When you talk about women, it's weakness. It's always weakness. It's always weakness. It's always weakness. Always. They can't do it. Oh my God, it's dainty, blah, blah, blah. Men use that bullshit as an excuse to other men. Oh, you're being feminine. You got your feminine energy. That's supposed to mean weak. We don't give women the opportunity to be human. And when it comes to this movie, we really need to. Because nobody in out of that 4-people friend group, nobody is innocent in that shit, and that includes the 2 women. Because you know what else? Sarah could have told Bear that Nikki wasn't involved, wasn't feeling him. Sarah could have told him. You got a crush on him. Cool. Okay, great. Take your crush part out of it and be realistic.
Or Sarah could have just said, hey, I like you, Bear. Why don't we give this a try and let's kick it? She didn't say anything until it was clear that Bear and Nikki was bumping undercarriages. Yep. Sarah was like, I want you to pick me over her, because it was all competition. These were people that wanted the demise of one another for them to feel better.
Yes. And again, when you do not turn women into human beings, this sort of shit ends up being one of those things where people go, oh my God, I can't believe it. Why? What do you mean you can't believe it? Yes, you can. Women, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Cute question, just throwing it out there. not a question, but it's a statement. Throwing it out here. Women can be horny and lustful as horny and as lustful as men.
Oh, dear brother in Christ, we are way worse. We are way worse. It is worse than you think, my brother.
I mean, we keep acting like women can't be looking at dick or looking at ass and shit like that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Oh, in some of these comment section, women will admit I'm worse than a man. Yes, we are. There are women who have jokes about how they just willy-nilly can't see a print in a man. Men just walking around existing, like in the office space. Like, why are you looking for a peen print in the office? Like, can he do the job? There are women, they're like, I don't know. There are women who are rating booty cheeks on men right now. There are women that have broken up with good men. Why? Because they saw a bigger print on another man and they trying to race over to see what that mouth and that PP do. Women
do you remember what they did to
creatures.
Aaron Pierre when he went on Jennifer Hudson's show? Remember that when he was walking through the hallway? That Mufasa, all women were talking about was the print in his pants. Remember that? This man is an accomplished actor. He's about to play Jon Stewart in the New Lanterns TV show. He's just been picked to be Jon Stewart in the New Lanterns TV show. And he's walking down the hallway. That's all that man's doing. Walking down the hallway, minding his own goddamn business. And people are like, Aaron, yeah, that's Pasa.
Oh, no, cool, I got one that's worse for you. There is a black man, wonderful, wonderful black man. Since I've been on TikTok, this man has used his incredible dancing talent. He has mastered virtually every form of dance, right? To stick up for women and explain to men, hey, we don't do this. We don't objectify women. They have looked at, are scrolling, zooming in to his shorts to talk about his print. As he is standing there advocating for women, the women
being objectified
are objectifying him.
Yes. And the thing about it is, here's where May Money, I'm glad you like peen. May Money's like, I like peen. I like dick. But somebody May Money gonna raise her hand like somebody talking about dick. Like, I like dick. I like dick.
Hold on, and I'm gonna say something, and some women might be upset, but this is women, and our disgustingness is why the adage "it's only harassment if she finds you unattractive" became a thing.
Once again, I want to humanize women. I do. Yes, women love looking at dick. And I'm okay with it.
Quick caveat. Men, any of y'all watching or listening, this does not mean send unsolicited peen pics. Okay, women like to look at penises in a I guess you could say an artistic way. Okay, women like to use their imagination after they see the print. Looking at an unfiltered, unfettered, unchained up penis will get your ass split. They will bust you.
That's how you get your ass whooped. That's how you get your ass whooped.
White meat will be showing on you. Don't get it twisted. Okay, and for those of y'all that see women confident enough to share that they do like the penis, it is not a green light to slide in their DMs.
No.
I feel like I have to put that caveat out here because we will protect everybody in this space.
Yes.
Don't get cussed. I cussed some people out yesterday. Don't get cussed out today.
Yeah, don't mess around and get your ass beat. Now, with me saying that, I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion saying it because I am trying to turn women into these disgusting human beings. No, I'm trying to turn them into human beings. Okay? I want to demystify the idea of womanhood. I get it. Especially in today's age, especially in particularly as a black woman. I understand it. It is hard. Men are unsafe pieces of shit. Do not misunderstand me. I'm a man and I'm telling you this. I know how we are. Hell, I was like that. I was at, hello, I'm sorry, kids. Did y'all miss Tales
of the young rogue.
I was slinging dick just as hard as any goddamn body else. If you was taking, I was giving. But my problem has always been, and again, this goes long beyond social media. This is me in 91. This is me in 1990. This is me in 89, thinking that we turn women into abstracts. And I will tell you how bad an abstract is, right? At one point, I was so deep off in my own depression that I stopped seeing my sons as sons. I stopped seeing Sinjay, I stopped seeing Brendan, I stopped seeing TJ. Because at the time, Asia wasn't born yet. So I stopped seeing them as human beings, as flesh and blood. I started to look at them as abstracts. And when I did that, I stopped seeing myself as being their father. I just simply saw myself as a person, you know what I mean? Like a person that wasn't worthy to have these abstract people in my life. When you turn a woman into an abstract, any fantasy you want to throw on her, she will fit. She fits. Any fantasy. When you don't see her humanity. When you turn a woman into an abstract, anything abusive you want to do to them, it's done. The corn industry is a perfect goddamn example. That ain't nothing but fantasy. That's all that is. It is fantasy. It is men trying to live out their dirty thoughts using a woman on a screen as the picture. I'm with her now. Yeah, she's begging for it. She's begging for it. When you do shit like that, you take away a woman's humanity. You take away a woman's humanity. You do. So rather than we can chastise the men all day. Yes, I give you that one. We can chastise the men all day and I'll be right there for it. But we also have got to stop turning women into these abstract paintings and shit. They're goddamn human beings. They are. And guess what, gentlemen? They some lusty, horny mother effers just as much as your stupid ass is. Exactly. See what I'm saying? Nikki brings that to life. She was freak nasty with Ian willingly. Bear had to force her. See the difference? Bear wasn't in love with the Nikki that was out there. He was in love with the Nikki, the abstract Nikki. And Nikki, knowing this, because again, I can see if this was blindsided, like, oh my God, I didn't even know you had a crush on me. She's been knowing.
But hold on, there's something I just thought about until you just said that.
What's that?
Ian was playing both sides of the fence. He was carrying tales to both of them. Bear's fantasies about Nikki came from Ian because how did I just thought about freaky Nikki. Who do you think told him about freaky Nikki?
Ian.
And Ian probably not like, oh, we just did that the one time, but she did blah, blah, blah. And that is, this is why people say,
she done sucked one of my nuts out of my damn shaft. Yeah,
don't tell your friends about how freaky blah, blah, blah is. First of all, I don't care how freaky your partner is. I don't want your partner. If we friends, I love you. I love your partner and I love y'all together. I'm not thinking about y'all in that way. But also, this is what we say. There's somebody out there for everybody. What you desire, somebody's willing to do. You don't have to try to trick or manipulate somebody into doing it. If you like toe sex, there's somebody else out there that like toe sex too. They'll do it.
We
what
know
was
a guy.
The one Wednesday confession when old boy liked doing the Uchi Coochie Wally Wally with boobs, and the lady was like, you know what? Do it. Here's my boobs. Get it in.
There you go. There you go. Like, I mean, I get it. I know for a fact, I'm not saying this to brag, but I know this to be true. I have been in the fantasy of a couple of women. A couple. I know that. I know that. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that I have. No doubt. There have been a couple of women who have, I mean, listen, somebody has flicked the bean to the villain, goddammit. I know this, and you know that I know this. Some of y'all right now got chafed fingernails. You got the tip of your goddamn fingers chafed in a mug. Just chafed. Because your ass didn't have my ass doing all kinds of weird shit in your head. And again, I don't want a problem with that. I don't. Because you're a goddamn human being. You are a human being. Not an abstract, not this ethereal angel, not this pixie. You're a goddamn flesh and blood human goddamn being. If I turn you on, you're welcome. Shit, I don't know what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to say? You're welcome. So guess what? Ian is out here making an abstract for Bear while living a reality with Nikki. And that's why Nikki's like, don't call me Freaky Nikki. Bitch, somebody else does. It's not. The only reason Bear would know that is if you weren't doing some freaky deaky shit with somebody who's telling Bear about freaky deaky shit. Like if your ass is the sort of person that can suck chrome off of a bumper, I don't know it until I'm, you know what I mean? Like some guy going, yo, man, you ever see so-and-so? Yeah, what about her? Man, I'm telling you right now, she can suck chrome off of a bumper, dog. Wow, I didn't even want to think about that, but thanks. I appreciate it. I might hear it, but I'm not going to, like dead ass, I'm not going to, yeah, that's how it is. No, not until it actually happens to me. But a lot of women live off of that. They live off of the idea of being the damsel in distress. So that, oh my God, you saved me. Thank you. Let me give you some of this Gluck Gluck 9000. You could have done that without me saving your silly ass. You could have saved your damn self. Just give me the Gluck Gluck and stop. What are you doing right now? But because we don't allow women to be humans, all of this shit is taboo. Everything we're talking about when it comes to Nikki and Ian and sex and women is taboo. It's taboo. It is taboo, which is kind of effed up if you really think about it, because since when are women not allowed to be horny bitches? Why? What societal norm says that a woman cannot express her sexuality? That's why we in the goddamn position we're in today. Some of y'all are freaks. Some of y'all are straight up freaks. Some of y'all do ATM. Act like I'm the only one that knows what that is. Act like I'm the only one that knows what that is.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait a second.
Go ahead.
I feel like this is something that I think is something completely different.
No. ATM.
That's the money machine. That's his money machine, Thomas.
No, that's an ATM. I'm talking about ATM. Hold on. I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay.
Send you a private message.
Lost.
ATM. There are over a dozen apps in the App Store right now that are AI bots that just exist for women to be freaks with. Yep. Daz, did you get the message?
No, I don't have a message.
It's on a private message. Look on a private message.
Oh, private message here. I was looking on my phone. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh. It's private message. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Yo, Star, what the Star out here just Star.
Okay.
Star.
Christina hit me with that too in the Discord. Okay.
Damn it, Star.
When did this become a whorehouse?
Ma'am, there was a reason we were using the goddamn initials.
You know,
Like, I know what that is. That's,
you know, sometimes y'all can leave me in my delusional state. Me thinking that it was a cash machine, technically
Jesus.
still is. Technically, I was right.
You're right. It is a cash machine.
Y'all could have.
It ain't the only one. Listen, Tricina's like, I'll use the Discord. I don't think anybody. Listen, I don't want any children to see. It's like,
First of all, no, this doesn't just get the sound. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
We like the girls with the pump to the back, pump to the back, pump to the back. Give me the girls with the pump.
right there. Right there.
Wait, y'all doing that on purpose?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll be back. I got to go get more coffee because
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. That's the thing. Yes. And there's a lot of women out here that like that shit. Now, Miss Lyles, where you going? Don't run. Miss Lyles, get your ass back here. Sick of trying to educate you who support. Hey, Mary. Mary, here's the problem with that, though. Here's the problem with that. Not enough coffee to counteract this. Here it is. Here's where exactly something like the conversation we're having right now. Smoking Hot. Really? You just gonna come in and reiterate? Smoking Hot said, guess what? Let me reiterate. Tiny, go look in the Discord, please. But the problem is, society has set women up on a dangerous goddamn path. And they've been doing it to y'all since time immemorial. Okay? A woman does not get to be human, which means a woman does not get to have desire. She doesn't. She does not get to have lust, even though it's built in all of us. I look at women's lust the same way I look at men's tear ducts. Obviously, we're supposed to use the goddamn things. That's why we have them. Obviously, we are supposed to use them. Mr. E, Imhoff in the house, Fort Lauderdale over there in the Instagrams. Obviously, we're supposed to have them. And we're supposed to use them because we have them. Why is it bad for me to say that women are goddamn nasty freaks? Because society told us that women are these, I'm an angel, I'm a pixie. No, you're a human being. Listen, you are a human being. Listen, some women like the taste of jank in their mouth. Now, do I ask why? No. No, I don't. But it's true. It is true. But as long as a woman's not allowed to be a human, none of this shit is ever going to matter. None of it is. None of it is. Women have hates and loves. Women have lust and anger. Women can be just as violent as a man can. I don't think I had a drink strong enough today. Listen, Ashley, you might come on now. You might want to go on ahead. Look at JLC talking about that's too bitter. Oh, I have banana pudding moonshine in my coffee this morning.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, it does. But it's like,
if
why?
anybody would like to see Thomas the Touring Bishop concert volume 1 by 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will be up on the Taz J Patreon. It's a good watch. It's a great watch, even.
Listen, I better get a invitation to said damn Patreon, because goddamn it, how the hell you gonna put my shit on your shit? And I ain't even got my shit on my shit. But
first of all, you gotta be quicker than that.
Thank you.
I said I'm gonna send you a swag bag. There you go.
Okay. We as a society have got to stop acting like women are not capable of doing anything that a man can do. It's not just getting a paycheck. It's not just putting in rivets or building airplanes and shit. Sometimes women can be just as nasty and freaky as men can, if not more. If not more. But that is part of humanizing womanhood. Some of your heroes ain't shit. I said what I said. Some women know women that ain't shit. Y'all know some bitches that ain't shit. Y'all know there are some women in your life who are literally out here popping out babies for bread. You know this. You know this. You know some of
What's
your
that?
friends.
Is it Brittany? What's the Brittany chick?
Who?
The she had a baby by a basketball player. Now she's butthurt because he got married and he doing stuff for his wife like he's supposed to.
I don't
Um,
know.
but yeah, she popped out babies thinking, oh, he young, I'm older than him. He got all these millions from the NBA. He gonna break me off. Not like he gonna break off the wife.
No. Listen, there are some women out here right now using their coochie to get paid. Now, the reason it's weird in our head is because we don't see sex work as work. We don't. Which we should. Which we absolutely should. We don't
First
see
of all,
women.
fellow
We don't
women
see
should
women having
see
a
it,
sex drive.
but women should see it as work. And women, don't beat me up because I'm gonna have to tell little secrets here. Because a lot of women, when we get together and have the little hen parties, will bitch and complain about their partners and the amount of work it takes in the bedroom. So this whole it's not work, that's that purity culture. That's that
Yep.
purity culture. And when you're sitting here telling another woman she can't do what she want to do with her cooter biscuit, that's why y'all mad because you can't do what you want to do with your cooter biscuit.
How many times have y'all heard about church scandals involving a woman leaving her damn husband for a deacon in the damn church who's also leaving his wife? Do you think they got all hot and bothered because of the Bible? No, they got hot and bothered because his balls went on her goddamn mouth. That's why. That's why. At home, she's offering to put her husband's nuts in her mouth. He won't. Bitch, don't do that. That's nasty. That's against God. At his house, he's like, baby, put my nuts in your mouth. She's like, oh my God, that's disgusting. It's against God. Well then, Miss, I want to put nuts in my mouth meets Mr. Please put my nuts in your mouth. And guess what? He gets his nuts in her mouth. She gets nuts in her mouth. They fall in love. They're getting divorces. And it was God that brought us together. No, it was our ability to be able to suck your goddamn nuts through your taint. Stop lying. Stop it. Stop it. Women can be manipulative when it comes to the cooch. With women and men. Be safe out there, married, love you to death. Kiss that husband, kiss that kid for me, please. We don't humanize women. We don't. Nikki is a case study in what happens when you do not humanize women. When you do not humanize women. Incels don't humanize women. Incels do not humanize women. Incels don't see women as women. Incels see women as the trophy, as the catch. And the crazy part about it is we talked about Just Pearly Things. Just Pearly Things is out here acting exactly like every incel wants her to. But why isn't she wanted? Probably because she is playing a role. I guarantee you.
Incels are playing a game of battleship, and the women are the battleship. But if they
Yes.
haven't chosen the battleship that they want to quote unquote sink, they're not going to look at you.
When Taz said yesterday that men do the nasty, freaky shit that they do not for women, but for other men, women, you do the same goddamn thing. You do. And if you sit here and tell me otherwise, you's a goddamn lie. You sit up and tell me otherwise, you a goddamn lie.
When we get dressed and all these things, and there was a point in time where women used to admit it, just like when Republicans used to admit the party switch. Women get up and get dressed for other women. We really don't care about a compliment from a man. We don't. Just go on any social media platform right now, and you'll see a bunch of women like, it's different when a woman compliments me. Oh, a black woman going, hey, black skirt. We do it for the gaze of other women. We really don't care because we know you don't have to look at us. If we sneeze close enough to you and be like, come on home, you're going to do it. You're gonna do it. We don't have to do anything to get a man to do the Uchi Coochie Wally Wally with us. We just gotta breathe.
You don't. Listen, I talk about Tess Holliday a lot because I find Tess Holliday to be absolutely 100% attractive. Beautiful ass plus size woman. I know Tess Holliday doesn't wear the outfits that she does for my black ass. She hardly knows me. I think we had 1 or 2 interactions on TikTok. Tess doesn't know me. She has no idea who the hell I am. But she knows other women know who the hell she is. So guess what? When Tess does the I'm in the sensual, sexy thing outfit with maybe a titty, maybe all the way close to a nipple, and I ain't got nothing else on. She ain't doing that shit for me. She got me when she got me at the photo shoot. All right, she got me. I'm gonna do a photo shoot. I'm there. I'm already there. I'm in the car before she is. So when she does the photo shoot, that shit ain't for me. That's for other women. Y'all, listen. Let a woman compliment me. I'm on it. Let a man do it in this. It's true, though. And the thing about it is, once again, if you humanize women, that makes sense. When you humanize a woman, her wanting to be a freak makes sense. Does it not? So Nikki, in and of her own, Nikki as a character in this film, no, screw it. Nikki and Sarah as characters in this film, at no point did they ever tap into their humanity. Sarah was like, well, maybe if I keep being his friend, he'll notice. Bitch, no, he won't. No, he will not. No, he will not. That is not a human trait. That is not a human trait. Any woman that wants to catch the gaze of a man is not going to be, well, she's not good for you. No, she's going to come in there. Here, let me put my labia on your throat. Let me put this taint in your face so you can understand what I'm trying to get you to understand. Let me put this taint on your nose. Nikki is banging the dog shit out of Ian. But Nikki is treated like her ass she doesn't even exist. And Nikki literally is allowing this shit to happen. Bear has a crush on you. Bitch, say something. Like, nah, man, we good. I am currently sucking Ian off in the back of my back of this goddamn shop. So, but again, you have to humanize women in order to do it. The thing that pisses me off about this goddamn film is that women were not human. They were objects. One object was an object of desire. She had no choice in the shit. And I mean, literally, she had no choice in the shit. Hence the reason she was talking about killing her ass. Please kill me. I have no autonomy. The other woman who really liked the guy never said anything because, again, for a woman to be forward enough to tell a man that she wants to have, bump uglies together, that is frowned upon in society. In a normal circumstance, there's no goddamn way in hell Sarah would have let Ian or would have let Bear go after Nikki. She'd have been like, I want you. Do, 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 do. I want you. Sarah would have been like Fleece Booty Warrior Johnson. Now, come here, look at him. I like you, and I want you. And we can do this the easy way, and we can do it the hard way. I've never met a woman. This shy shit don't make no sense to me, man. It just doesn't. I don't know who are these women? What the hell is this? I do not know who this is. This idea that women are, I'm just going to wait for him to make the first step. And then I'm going to, no, bitch, please. Please. Some of y'all women know exactly what y'all want. Some of y'all know exactly what y'all want right now. While you're sitting here right now, your coochie is currently twisting and twisting and twisting over somebody. You know who he is, or she is, or they are. You know. Now, let me ask you, are you going to sit there and let your shit twitch and not say anything? Bullshit. 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 If there's a man you want, a woman's going to go say something. Hey, yo. What that mouth do? And if a man is reciprocal, he will reciprocate. And yes, women can be sexually harassing the men as well. Sorry. I said what I said. Yes. In American society, if a man says he was sexually assaulted by a woman, he will be laughed at. He will be told, hey, that just shows you how strong your Mac is. You should take that as a compliment. No, you shouldn't. And I'm going to tell y'all, I've said this on the show before, so this is not new breaking news. I've told y'all this before. I was groomed. I was 16. She was 23, 24 years old. 24, 25, something like that. She groomed me. She did. It happened. Now, at the time, because of the way society operates, especially when you're a young black man, any sexual act is considered you being a real man. That's some man shit. You real man. It wasn't. I was groomed by a woman. By a woman. Professor Moriarty will tell you he was groomed by a woman. By a woman. It happens all the time. A lot of young black boys have stories of losing their virginity to grown-ass women or having babysitters and shit like that, people of authority taking advantage of them. This is not a shock. I'm telling you, this is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. So why is it that in society, when men tell their stories of being harassed, like, I'll give you an example. Terry Crews came out and said that a prominent film producer touched him. And it was a man. And he was a part of the Me Too movement. He ended up becoming like a fixture in the Me Too movement. Do you think he would have been a fixture in the Me Too movement if it had been a woman? Don't everybody act like I'm the only one. Act like I'm the only one. Act like I'm the only one. Would he have been featured in the Me Too movement if it had been a woman? I had to literally think to myself, was I a part of the Me Too movement? Would I be considered a part of the Me Too movement because I was groomed by a woman? I'm gonna leave that open. Every woman in the chat, I'm gonna ask y'all that question. Would I be considered part of the Me Too movement if knowing my story of being groomed at 16 by a grown woman? Because I'm gonna tell you what I got at the time. At the time, I was told that, yeah, that makes you a man, that makes you a real man. You got some you did this, that, and the third. Here it is, 30-something years later, and I'm realizing now that I got groomed. I was groomed by a grown woman. My first act of going down on a woman was by force. She locked her goddamn knees on my head and wouldn't let me move. Now, when I was a kid and told that story, everybody was patting me on the back. As an adult, that's grooming. That is SA. That is SA. And it came from a woman. But see, when those things are brought up, how is it that a woman teacher can sleep with 3 or 4 of her students and we get her story? But if a man slept with 3 or 4 of his female students, he's going straight to jail. Explain that to me. Mary Kate Letourneau. They gave this bitch a movie. They gave this bitch a movie. Mary Kate Letourneau. She groomed a child. Had 2 kids with her. And then after multiple movies. And then after she got out of prison, she married him. Now, Mary Kate Letourneau's dead, so it is what it is. But why was that a scandal? Why was that something? Why was that something that needed to get multiple movies out of it? Why was Dateline interviewing this bitch? Bitch, you groomed a child. You groomed a child. You should get the same. We should be looking at her the same way we look at Jeffrey Epstein. I said what I said. I'm sorry. But society doesn't tell you that. Society doesn't tell you that. Every time a woman teacher is outed as screwing 3 of her male students, 12, 13, 14 years old, we get to see their mug shot and, oh my God, look, I didn't know I was a bitch. Why are you on television? Why are you on television? They made a movie called Disclosure. It had Demi Moore and Michael Douglas. And Demi Moore sexually harassed Michael Douglas. And he sued her. That was the plot of the movie. That was the plot of the movie. And it was like, oh, wow, this is so scandalous. A woman harassing a man. Why is that scandalous? It happens. Again, when you humanize women, you can see that women can be just as fucked up as men can. When you, I'm going to say this again because obviously I need to repeat this. When you humanize a woman, you realize she can be just as fucked up as a man can. Do y'all think, exactly, right song too, Hot Teacher. Hot for Teacher. That's a song about grooming. I kiss my ass. I don't care. That is a song about grooming. Okay? Hot for Teacher is a song about grooming. But when you do not humanize a woman, what you end up with is grown women doing shit to young men. That's a fling. It's weird. Oh my God. When a guy does it, when a creepy male teacher does it to female students, now you got movies of the week for that shit. They got tons of them. There are women incels. Like, this is everything that I'm telling you. Every single thing that I'm telling you is a part of how society dehumanizes women. Obsession is yet another pillar or another brick in the wall of dehumanizing women, separating women from humanity, which is always, it's been a problem with me since day one. It has always been a problem. This is not a new thing for me. This is not something that I'm just talking about because of social media. This is a known thing. I am a victim of grooming. I don't talk about it a lot because of how society will say it. There was a story of a guy who literally got put at knife point by a woman and raped in a bush. This woman jumped out of a bush, put a knife to this man's neck and told him, if you don't fuck me, I'm going to stab you to death. So guess what? He did. And when he went to report it to the police laughed at it. Spoiler for Invincible. Spoiler for Invincible. Those of you who watch. There is a sexual assault in that book. There's a sexual assault in the Invincible story. One of the Viltrumites sexually assaults Mark Grayson, Invincible. I ain't going to tell you who, and I ain't going to tell you how. But she does. She does. Sexual assault. It's in the book. I don't know whether or not they're going to approach it in this next season, but I know for a goddamn fact it's in the book. I got all 3 of them sitting over there. It's in the book. And when I tell you it's graphic, it's graphic. It is very, very graphic. I'm talking, he's fighting his ass off, and she still ends up doing it. It's in the comic book. Women can be just as they can be just as devious as men. Be just as devious as men. So for Nikki to be manipulative, Nikki was manipulative. She was basically laughing in Bear's face the whole goddamn time. The only one that didn't know it was Bear. Bear didn't know it. But Nikki was being manipulative to him. I'm sorry. But again, when you humanize women, you start to see that women can be just as bad as men can. They can. They can manipulate situations. They can manipulate different types of things. Nikki manipulated in a lot of ways, even before the wish was made. Nikki manipulated Bear. She did. She knew she didn't like him that way. But she kept screwing Ian and getting messages from Ian about what Bear is trying to do, and she didn't try to stop it, which means she was a participant in this situation. We cannot excuse this. We can't. It's uncomfortable as shit, and I know it is. But we cannot, you know what I mean? We can't just walk past the shit. We got a $10 super chat from the one and only Miss Dread.
Donations, gifts.
Guy in my wife's Guy in my wife's old neighborhood walked his girlfriend home. A man raped him. He told his girlfriend. She told everyone. The neighborhood laughed at him. He felt no one had ever. He left. No one's ever heard from him again. Yes. Listen, there's an dark romance book called God of Fury by Rena Kent that covers a boy man being groomed and assaulted by a woman, and it's masterfully written. It's graphic, so check your triggers. And this right here is another reason that this movie pissed me off. Because we just skated past the manipulation that Ian and Nikki did. We just skated right past it. Everybody's supposed to come out of that film hating Bear. And rightfully so. Bear deserves the hate. Rightfully so. But nobody, like Taz said yesterday, nobody in this friend group is good. There's not one person in this goddamn friend group that is any good. Not a one. Nobody in this bitch is good. Not one person. None. And the reason they're not good is because everybody in this entire damn friend group knew that some shit was going on. Everybody in this friend group knew some shit was going on. Everybody. But you mean to tell me nobody said shit? Not one person said shit. We just all, you know what I mean? We just all said nothing. Everybody in this shit saw how this shit was going out. Nobody said nothing. Word. For real. There were no innocent hands in this shit, and that includes Sarah's punk ass. Sorry. I said what I said. I said exactly what the hell I said. I said exactly what the hell I said. Sarah's not even cleaning it. Because Sarah knew the shit was going to happen. She knew. Exactly. They all lied multiple times. Bear took it way too goddamn far. But he wasn't innocent in this shit. He wasn't. He was not innocent. I don't see Bear as nothing more than a manipulative, horny ass dude. Can't hate Bear if you're not hating all of them. This movie reminds me of that movie Cruel Intentions from the 90s. And you know what's crazy about that star? I love Cruel Intentions. I love Cruel Intentions. I love that movie. That used to be my goddamn go-to film, was Cruel Intentions. But there was no good people in that bitch either. There were no good people in that bitch. Not even Reese Witherspoon's character. She played the game. She knew what was going on. Once she found out what the game was, she knew. There was no good people in that shit. None. The whole film is supposed to turn you off from the idea of playing with people's emotions. Sarah Michelle Gellar played her part to perfect. That woman, y'all can remember Buffy, y'all can remember Scooby-Doo. I remember Cruel Intentions, goddammit. I said what I said. If Sarah Michelle Gellar is someplace signing goddamn autographs, guess what I want? I have all these pictures, Buffy and Scooby-Doo, and I'm like, do you have a picture of you in Cruel Intentions? Can I please get that signed? Thank you. Ryan Phillippe, Cruel Intentions. Selma Blair, you got one of them Cruel Intention pictures? Reese Witherspoon. Oh, do you want a picture from the morning show? No, I want a picture from Cruel Intentions. That's what I want. I want all that. I need all that. Liquefy that, put that shit in my veins, you know what I mean? But we got to stop acting like women cannot do these things. We got to stop acting like women are incapable of being manipulative. They are. They are, because they're human goddamn beings. I was, who the hell was I telling this shit to? I think I was telling this to somebody yesterday. It's either yesterday or the day before, right? The way I worded it was this: I am a humanist, but sometimes I hate humanity. I am a humanist, but sometimes I hate humanity. And the reason I hate humanity is this: I don't know why we keep acting like the shit that is happening in front of us is not happening. Okay? I don't get it. I don't. I don't like the fact, like, I'll give you a perfect example. This might make some white people feel uncomfortable, but I really don't care at this point. I do not like the fact that when we talk about the horrific nature of the Trump administration, we forget that women helped put his ass there too. Sorry. There's a lot of women that need to shut their bitch ass up. There's a whole mess of women who need to shut their bitch ass up. They do. Because you helped to get us here. All right, we're like, what's the woman's name? They called her the bitch of Buchenwald. Ilya Koch, I think that's her name. They call her the bitch of Buchenwald. Like, she was the wife of a man that ran a concentration camp during Nazi Germany. And she was just as cruel as he was. She was the one that was like carving off men's tattoos and shit and taking the skin and putting it up and pinning it and shit, right? Ilya, I think that's her name, Ilya Koch. I think that's her name. Ilya Koch, if I'm not mistaken. The bitch of Buchenwald. They call her the bitch of Buchenwald. You can say what you want to, but Imelda Marcos is Ilsa Koch. Thank you. Imelda Marcos knew what the hell Ferdinand Marcos was doing. She literally got paid off of it. When Imelda Marcos died, I think she's still alive. I think Imelda Marcos is still alive. But she had hundreds of thousands of shoes, but her husband was a goddamn dictator. And then, yes, thank you, Candy. Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell. If you think Ghislaine Maxwell was just the person that found the coochie and didn't participate in it, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. You goddamn right she was involved. You know she was. You know she was. You know she was. Ghislaine was involved. Very involved. Meaning all of the perks and shit that she's getting in this minimum security goddamn prison is bullshit. Bitch, your ass participated. Don't sit over there and try to pretend, well, it was all him. No, bitch, it was you. You were involved too. You were involved too. No slave master had a wife that was just this ardent abolitionist. No, bitch, you was involved. They got a book called, what is the book called? They Were Her Property, or yeah, They Were Her Property, or something like that.
Yeah, I have a copy of that book, but let's not forget that they had to pass laws for white women to stop killing enslaved children. And regarding Ghislaine Maxwell, all on my YouTube page, we've already confirmed, one, she was the blueprint for what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. She is the one, she's the Candyman in all of this. Nobody wants to say her name. She was already doing what he was doing over in England before she came over here. A lot of these women use men as the cover because society says women can't be this egregious. This is why there are people to this day that still fawn over Lizzie Borden. I still believe, I think that they lied to us regarding Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper had to have been a woman to keep getting away with it.
I will go, like, they're now doing a Netflix documentary on Lizzie Borden with the axe. Okay? Lizzie Borden killed her entire goddamn family. Right? You get a Netflix documentary? No. Everybody, listen. I love Eileen Wuornos just as much as the next person. I actually asked somebody to make me an Eileen Wuornos T-shirt, and they did. They did. I've got it packed someplace. I got to find it, but I do have an Eileen Wuornos T-shirt. And yes, she was a killer. Okay, she was a serial killer. Now, what the part that bothers me when it comes to women killers is how quick we are to give an excuse to a woman killer. I'm sorry. No. Like I told y'all, that OnlyFans model stabbed her boyfriend to death. To death. And she's out in 2 years. Now, I don't feel bad for the dude. I don't. I genuinely don't. Because he was anti-black woman. So guess what? You wanted that white woman. Congratulations, you got one. You really got one. You got a real one right there, buddy. Former Philippines First Lady Imelda Marcos is 97 years old and resides in the Philippines. She recently celebrated her 97th birthday in July 2026, surrounded by her family, including her son, current Philippine President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. So it's like what Nikki did with Ian, manipulating Bear's whole thought process without ever stopping and telling this sumbitch the truth, that makes her just as much of a villain as everybody else. It does. You can get mad if you want to. She's just as bad as Ian was because she knew how this boy felt and she still played. She played the game. So my thing is always going to be, I'm going to humanize you. Please, ladies, I want you an example of how vicious women can be. Griselda Blanco. Thank you. That was the one I was thinking of. Goddamn Griselda Blanco. Do y'all understand? Drive-bys on motorcycles was an invention of Griselda Blanco. Drive-bys on motorcycles was an invention of Griselda Blanco. See, they normally used to drive a car and do a drive-by. The Mafia did it. Goddamn Crips, Bloods, everybody used to drive cars. But Griselda Blanco came up with the notion that if you do it on a motorcycle, you get away faster. You got one person driving a motorcycle, you got another person facing in the back, and they spraying the place with bullets. That was Griselda Blanco that did that. Griselda Blanco wanted a whole family killed, an entire goddamn family. They killed everybody except for the baby. There was one guy who owed her money that she was chasing. They shot through the goddamn car and killed his son. Meanwhile, Griselda was having these lavish-ass parties in Miami and shit. And Griselda lost, what, 3 of her sons? All 3 of her sons are dead, I think. I think all 3 of Griselda Blanco's sons are dead. And then when she got her ass out of prison, she was deported back to Bolivia. I believe that's where she was from, where she was shot to death. Griselda was a violent-ass woman. A violent-ass woman. So explain to me how, in this day and age, we can see and hear that women can be just as violent and just as vicious as men can. Yet for some reason, they're never given the title that they so richly earned. These women are violent, and I'm sorry, like the idea of us pretending, you know what I mean? The idea of us pretending like women aren't violent is bullshit. We got to stop doing that. A woman can be just as manipulative as a man can. Sorry, there, I said it. Look at me, look at me. Look at me. My innocence was taken first at 3 and then at 8 years old. By women. By women. By women. And again, I'm not saying this in any way, shape, form, or fashion to shit on women. I'm not. I'm not a misogynist like that. But I'm also not going to put women on an ethereal pedestal hovering above the clouds and shit. No, because both ways dehumanize women. Both ways dehumanize women. I do not feel, oh, one son is still alive. He did an interview with Vlad a few years ago. Okay. Josh, I don't think Griselda's heart was broken. I think the way she was raised created the person that she was. Griselda was thrown out of her mama's house when she was like 5 or 6. She was doing pickpocketing at like 10 and prostitution at like from 12 to like 15 or some shit. And that's when she learned the game. She got married to somebody, right? But I think women should demand to be humanized. I do. I think women should demand to be humanized. Because when you're not humanized, you are not allowed to be anything other than this, you know what I mean? Like this thing in a glass. We talk about Jesse Mack Butler, who raped and injured 2 kids. Well, one of the judge involving in his case was a woman. His mama, his sister, and his daddy all advocated for him. The dad and the sister still work at OSU, which is where the judge is an alumni at. Women can and will participate in heinous actions. Thank you. Samantha brought up Susan Smith. Susan Smith killed both of her kids, drowned them in a lake, and then blamed a black man. It happens. It happens. To this very day, it still happens. I still feel a sense of shame and guilt. I froze. Here's something I want you to listen to. Brother to brother. It's not your shame to carry, buddy. That's not your weight to carry. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to them. It belongs to them. You carrying weight that don't belong to you. You are carrying weight on you that doesn't belong to you. Just like the weight of being groomed by me is not, that weight ain't mine to carry. I did carry it. I did, and I probably still do to this very day, but it ain't your weight to carry, bro. It isn't. You got to give that shit to the person that did it to you. You got to give it back to them. Have you ever watched Antoine Fisher? Based on a true story? Watch Antoine Fisher. Just watch Antoine Fisher. But women have been handmaidens to horrible acts for centuries. They're not ethereal. They're not these above the clouds. And they're also not dog shit. I want women to be human. I'm going to say this again. I want women to be human, which means when a bad woman does some bad woman shit, other women point the shit the F out. Watch it. Yes. Watch Antoine Fisher and then send me an email and let me know how you felt about it. I want to humanize women. That's the highest form of respect I can give a woman, is by humanizing you. That means when you make a mistake, I hold you accountable for said mistake as a human, not because I don't give you a pass because you're a woman, nor do I denigrate you because you're a woman. I am holding you responsible for the actions that you took. The reason I can sit there and tell you that Nikki and Sarah are as much responsible for what Bear did as Bear and Ian is because these are two human beings. They made these choices. Nikki made the choice to screw Bear's best friend. She made the choice to listen as Ian basically embarrassed Bear by making him do this I like you type of thing, knowing goddamn well it's not going anywhere. Nikki was a participant in that. She wasn't no innocent victim. She wasn't, oh my God, this is wrong. What happened to her? Yes, Bear ultimately, at the very end of the day, is responsible for all the actions that Bear took. He's responsible, nobody else. But there was not an innocent hand in that friend group, not a one, and that includes Sarah. Sarah knew this shit. Why the hell you ain't tell the boy? Why didn't you tell him? Not even the fact that, oh my God, I have a crush on you. No, you over here crushing on a bitch that don't like you. You mean to tell me everybody saw this shit, nobody said nothing? That's why I said there's no innocent hands in this movie. But I know for a fact, looking at the discourse, that a lot of people, especially women, want to sympathize with Nikki and call her the victim. She is not. She is not. She is a victim of Bear's action. But Nikki is not an innocent in this shit. Nikki was also responsible for this shit by leading a person on. And again, this may sound like I am dogging women. I am not. Leading men on, leading women on. This shit happens both goddamn ways. Why? Because these are human beings. We have the capacity for greatness and evil walking inside of us every single day. It is what we choose to do that makes that goodness or evil possible. That's what it does. A guy can think, oh man, I'm gonna rape somebody. Look, Nikki deep down was probably insecure and loving knowing that Bear worshipped her and she was never going to give him the time of day. She did. Dread, I thought that shit within 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, I said, she's digging this shit. She's enjoying this. She is enjoying screwing Ian, knowing goddamn well Ian is Bear's best friend and Bear worships the ground she walks on. She knew this shit and she got off on it. My problem will always be, and like I said, within 20 minutes of this goddamn film, 20 minutes, I was already pissed off because I saw how the game is played. I saw how the game is played. I'm not going to try to excuse away Bear's actions. Fuck no. Bear's a piece of shit. He's a pure piece of shit. But the discourse surrounding this, mind you, as soon as this movie was over, and I knew this was what I was going to be talking about for the next 2-3 days, I went and I looked at Reddit posts and shit like that. I went and looked at the discourse surrounding this movie. And you know what? Women were all in their feelings like, oh my God, Nikki's the victim and oh my God, why did he do that? Nikki helped to get that shit there. They were like, Sarah's an innocent. No, Sarah was in on it too. Sarah was in on it too. I felt bad as shit when she got her face smashed in, but it's true. My good brother, my good brother and co-owner of Ghost Claw Productions Radio, Mr. Jeff Kennedy's in the building. Morning, Jeff. We're talking about Obsession Part 2, or Day 2. I felt bad that Sarah got her face smashed in. But you know how to avoid getting your face smashed in? By telling the truth. By opening your goddamn mouth and saying what everybody else already knows. Ian and Nikki were together. And in the process of them hooking up, they knew, both of them, that Bear had a crush on Nikki. And Sarah knew that they knew that Bear had a crush on Nikki. She never once stepped up to tell Bear, yo, you barking up on the wrong tree. That shit is already taken. That shit is already taken. I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with it. It's already taken. We got a $5 so
donations, gifts.
Listen,
gifts.
May Money got a solution. Just have threesomes, people. Add Sarah too. Problem solved. Wouldn't have been no movie. Just 4 people that were awkward around each other now. Yes. I would like to do a section on my CSA voice for other survivors to come forward. That'll be okay. Sir, why not? Hello, that's what we expect. I will always humanize a person, meaning the actions that you take are yours. There is no special pass because I don't expect anybody to give me one. I don't. I don't expect a single solitary person on the face of the earth to give me a special pass. I'm just as effed up as every goddamn body else. I promise you that. I have just as many horny thoughts as everybody. I have just as much trauma as everybody else. I did not get to where I'm at right now without trauma. Sorry. And nobody is going to give me grace. Yes, ladies, I will say it in a heartbeat. Men ain't shit. I'm saying it as a penis holder. I'm telling you, men ain't shit. But you know what? Some of you women ain't shit either. There you go. It's in for a penny, in for a pound. Would you interview me? Of course. Of course. Of course. Come on, E, you know me. All you gotta do is ask. All you gotta do is ask. Some of you women ain't shit either. Now I get it. That may break the ethereal womanhood. I don't care. I don't. Society would be a hell of a lot better off if we stop looking at women as either baby incubators or these super powerful granite things that just go out and do. Or we put them on a pedestal so that way when some heinous shit happens, oh, he couldn't have been her. No. Women can be just as effed up as men can. And by me humanizing you, and by you humanizing yourself, you understand when you make a goddamn mistake. You understand when you do something stupid, when you say something stupid, when you act stupidly. You can understand that women can be manipulative. They can be assholes. They can be pieces of shit. They can say and do things that make you want to punch them in their goddamn mouth. Because they are human beings. This is the part of being a humanist that is the hardest for me. I want to see human achievement. I do. I want to see human achievement. The problem is humanity doesn't. We have these antiquated ways of seeing things. Women are not allowed to be villains. That's why they stick out. That's why they stick out. Poison Ivy is only a villain because the way she goes about doing shit is against the law. But women love Poison Ivy. I remember when women were talking about they wanted a relationship like Harley Quinn and Joker. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me. Harley Quinn and Joker? What the hell are you talking about? One of the most abusive relationships in comics today. Or it was, because they ain't together no more. But if you think that the Joker was out there putting out laughing gas and stabbing and beating the shit out of people, and Harley didn't know it, you a goddamn lie. Of course she did. Of course, hell, she helped, she damn participated in it. She participated in it. This idea that we had to put women above the fray, that does not do anything for the humanity of women. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? It does nothing for the humanity of women. It gives you an easy out. It gives you an easy out. You can always find somebody, you can always find somebody to blame. A lot of women want to blame men. And quite frankly, you're right. You should. You at 100%, you should. But then you got to look at some of the actions of some women too. Because these men didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They didn't. Somebody propped their ass up. When they say behind every good man, there's a good woman. Behind every bad man, there's a bad woman. Period. There's somebody gaslighting their ass and making them believe this bullshit. Donald Trump did not have a relationship with his mom. By the time he was old enough to actually have a relationship, she was in a goddamn mental institution. Now, am I saying directly that Donald Trump's mom is responsible? No. But I am saying you can see the effect it had. Stephen Miller would not be out here talking the bullshit if he's talking if Katie Miller wasn't right next to him. Usha Vance knows exactly what kind of heinous shit and piece of shit her husband, JD, is. Yet she sat there and said nothing. The Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, knew that Prince Charles was out there slinging dick to Camilla. Did she say anything? No. She knew her son was it Andrew, was involved with this Epstein shit. She knew. Did she say anything? No. It took her son to actually put his foot down and kick Andrew's ass the hell up out of shit. There are heinous women that stand behind heinous men and justify the actions of said heinous men. We got to stop this idea that women cannot be a part of the problem. Yes, you can. Nikki and Sarah in the movie Obsession are part of the goddamn problem. Both of them. Again, ultimately, the entire premise of Obsession was Bear snapping that goddamn wish willow. But it wasn't like everybody was innocent and all full of rainbows and sunshine before he did it. They were heinous human beings. They were manipulative. They kept shit from each other. They lied to each other. They allowed each other to play the damn game in front of each other, knowing goddamn well all four of them knew what the hell was going on. Bear wasn't innocent. Sarah wasn't innocent. Nikki wasn't innocent, and neither was Ian. Which is why at the end, 3 of the 4 are dead. And now Nikki gonna have to eat all that. She gonna have to eat every bit of that shit. She gonna have to eat it. And you know how you was avoided having to eat all that shit? By telling the goddamn truth. But you didn't. You manipulated the entire situation, knowing how it was. And it only after that situation went to a very disgusting conclusion, then you all of a sudden discover what you did wrong. We haven't been together. You're right, we haven't, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place. It shouldn't have. Be honest with that. I'm not taking a ride from you. I know how you feel about me, bitch. I'm not getting in that car. The feeling of being captured and owned doesn't go away. It stays with you. I'm realizing that now. I'm realizing that right now. I'm realizing that now. So Nikki is not a good person. And all the women that would come into Nikki's defense, kiss my ass. I'm sorry. You're coming to the defense of a person that was a horrible human being. You're coming to the defense of a person who actually made this situation possible by not being real. Y'all want to give her a pass because of all the shit that she went through under Bear's influence, and that's fine. But there would have been no Bear influence had she been up front in the first place. Had she not been screwing Ian and this happened, I could see y'all making a defense. She was actively banging this man's best friend. Actively. And telling him, well, I only see him like a brother. Then why didn't you tell his ass that shit? Men invented this idea of the friend zone. There is no friend zone. There is no friend zone. It's you reading shit in your head versus what is actually happening. I know people, some women are my friends. They're my sister. Taz, Dottie. You know what I mean? Those are sisters. Those are friends. So I know there's nothing between us. I know it. Taz will never have to worry about me sending her a dick pic. I will never have to worry about Taz sending me titties. I know this. That's my sister. I'm her brother. I know that. Dottie, same thing. I've known that girl for over 40 years. And I've never had to wonder, well, I wonder if they feeling me. No, they're not. That's why they're called my sister. But some women like to play the game, lead it on. Now, am I saying that they deserve any abuse or degradation that comes from it? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is this. If you know shit is the way it is, say something. Open your damn mouth and say something. Stop letting it sit there with this ambiguity. There is no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't care. The friend zone is a popular term for a relationship where one person wants romance or sex, but the other person only wants to be friends. The unrequited romance partner feels stuck in a platonic role. Not if you tell them up front. There are some people that if you text me right now and try to be sexual with me, I'm going to block you. Because that's not how our relationship is. That's not how it started. That's not how I'm letting it go.
Let's be 100% true, because women have a problem with, in their mind, creating an entire narrative, a whole life with somebody that they haven't even had a first date with. And the friend zone exists. And some of y'all women want to come out the bag on me, go right ahead. But we got to take accountability, because there are some women that will lead you to believe that you have a possibility, that she's put you behind glass to break you in case of emergency. There are women just like Nikki who will keep dangling a relationship, the cooter biscuit, more than a friendship, friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it, in front of a man, because he's supplying some things that she can't get right now, because she doesn't either have a complete relationship or she's not in a relationship, but she still wants some relationship stuff. It is the creation of both parties, because I've never had anybody that said that we didn't have a friendship, that they were friend zone, because I wasn't dangling anything over anybody. I wasn't
Nope.
using anybody for anything. I didn't give anybody the wrong impression ever. It takes two for these situations. And women, we do it whether we realize it and we nip it in the bud, or we hurt our own feelings, because a lot of times women are like, oh, he played me, he led me on. No, he never said nothing. You created in your mind that y'all was going to go off and get married. You created in your mind that y'all had this perfect relationship, and you never even had a first date. We
Nope.
have to stop buying into this Disney princess Hallmark Christmas movie BS, that you're star-crossed lovers, and as soon as you see each other, you're going to fall in love at first sight and swoon, and everything's going to be perfect. That is the
Shit ain't gonna
biggest
work.
problem. And that
Ain't gonna
leads to
happen.
the lies we tell ourselves, which leads to the lies we tell one another.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth. That is the truth. If given the opportunity, there are some women who would love the attention and will lead somebody on, whether it's another man or a woman. They will lead them on and continue to do it because they love the attention, because once again, women are human. Okay? So from now on, when a woman talks about body autonomy, I want you to talk about it not just in the terms of controlling what your body does, but the humanity behind said body. Meaning, stop. If a man or society wants to put your ass in this glass house, you better smash the dog shit out of that bitch, because putting yourself in a glass house is putting you above your own actions. Oh, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. At that you have to. No, bitch. There is no curve. There is no curve. You are a human, which means you are responsible for your human traits. Yes, women look at men's dick prints. Sorry, it happens. Stop acting as though that is an abnormal thing. No, it's normal. It is. A human woman gets turned on. Why are we pretending like she doesn't? It means when you are leading a man on, understand that you're doing it. You know you are. You know you are. Either stop it, or whatever results from it, own the shit. Own it. Yo, I put myself in this situation. Like, seriously, women do not get a chance to be human. They don't. And I'm sorry, a lot of women, hey, be safe, make money. We can ready to get out of here anyway. A lot of women are okay with that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Because when you're ethereal, when you're above the fray, when you're angel wings and pixie wings and shit, you don't get a chance to truly be yourself. When you fight for body autonomy, also fight for the idea of being a human being, being able to make mistakes and bad choices and do dumb shit. Because that way, you're no longer an abstract. You're not an abstract to your dad or your brothers. You're not an abstract to your boss. You're not an abstract to the company that you keep. You're not an abstract. You get horny just like every other person. If you decide to go home with somebody, you are making that choice. Now, if that person goes in and takes some shit, then yes, that is a crime. That is absolutely 100% a crime. But women should have the opportunity and the ability to be human enough to say, I need some dick. I want some dick. And be okay with it. Be perfectly okay with it. I am not fighting for women to continue to stay in this pantheon. I'm fighting for women to keep their feet on the goddamn ground. I do not feel in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I do not feel bad for Nikki or Sarah. I don't. Not one bit. I don't feel bad for them. I don't. I do not put them in this glass box. Be safe, Star. Love you. I do not put them in a glass box. I do not put them above the fray. I don't put them as these innocent pixie victims. No, they were participants. They were participants. They were participants. And as participants, they got exactly what you get when you let a situation get that damn bad. That's what you get. You get the situation, You get the ending of this movie. 3 dead and 1 getting ready to go to prison forever, ever. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. And I don't feel bad for him. I don't. Sorry. I don't. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as a human being, what you do will affect your life and the lives of others, whether you're a man or a woman. The choices that you make, they define you. Sophie Cunningham, the basketball player, is a racist MAGA chick, as far as I'm concerned. Why? Her own actions. Ain't got shit to do with her race, ain't got shit to do with the WNBA, ain't got shit to do with any of that. It is because of her goddamn actions. Everybody talks content of character, not color or skin. Okay. We also gonna talk content of character, not sex or biology or whatever the hell you want to call it. You are responsible for your actions. Nikki and Sarah are responsible for what happened at the end of this dumbass movie. That's how I will end this shit here. Tomorrow is the big one, where we talk about society and obsession. We talk about society, us, the viewer, and obsession. We're going to talk about 4chan. We're going to talk about 8chan. We're going to talk about Jake Lang. We're going to talk about the Proud Boys. We're going to talk about the Manosphere. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of shit. Because obsession only became a hit because society wanted it to be a hit. But what does that say about us? What exactly does that say about us? How can you help someone each day? If you like what I'm doing here and want to support, think about becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/ThomasTheVillainBishop. $3 a month. You can help me keep all this running. As you can see, we are starting to get back into the groove of things. We're starting to get back to having these uncomfortable conversations amongst ourselves, which is part and parcel what I want out of this show. We do not come into it with malice. We do not come into it with hatred. We come into it with understanding, because I want us to leave out a little bit better than you were when you walked in. The only way I can continue to do this is by Patreon. I want to thank my patrons. I will continue to work on stuff and put it over on my Patreon. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Patreon.com/ThomasTheVillainBishop. The GCPR shop is open. I completely forgot we had one, but it is over at Taz. What's the link?
Top of the banner, going across the screen.
Yep. GCPR merch. Ghost Claw Productions preview at teespring.com. The Sound of Coffee shop is open, it's running, and it's piping hot. Got some great shit coming over there. The Chaos Saint Swole Me t-shirt is coming, as well as the Flag on the Play 20-ounce coffee mugs. Sound of Coffee, all one word, -shop.fourth wall. Before I leave, because I know STL Blue Girl is going to love this shit, I leave you all with the universal greeting of the coffee beans. Bow your heads up.
How you doing? I woke up. Everybody else, because I woke up. That's how I look at it. You all had a chance until I woke up. Today's mine. That's just what it is.
Sorry. I know a lot of people going to get mad about it, but hey, I don't care. Be limitless. I love who you are exactly as you are. I'm so effing proud of you. Keep your head high and your middle finger higher. I am here, no matter what, when, or why. The inspirational word from Miss Star Oak. Hydrate, elevate, self-love and self-care. I love you all. Have a beautiful day on purpose. That is the good word from one Miss Trustina. The STL Blue Girl drop. Have a great day and be good. If you can't be good at it. May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. Look at Candy Pooh coming in with a little candy snacks. You know what I mean? Little candy snacks. You guys are the fuel behind the Sound of Coffee. And as a co-owner of the radio station, I must say that I enjoy doing this more and more each day. There are some difficulties. Do not get me wrong. Some people will take some things, you know what I mean? It'll hurt. And I understand. But I look at it this way. If you come here and I don't give you something to inspire you to have the best day possible, then I'm not doing my goddamn job. I'm not doing the job that I chose to do. I try to come here every day, and I try to come in and make sure that you guys know that you are loved, you are needed. The world is sweeter with you in it. Be kind and show as much love as possible, because you never know what someone is going through. You're loved, you are admired, you are respected, you matter, and you are valid. The STL Blue drop from the STL Blue Girl. Pain brings change. Do something today that will affect the life of somebody for the rest of their life. I told y'all I am very humble to be able to do this show every morning. I'm very humble. Do not ever think that my ego is so big that this show is surrounding me. I told y'all about 6 months in, this stopped being my show. It became our show. This is not a me, it's a we. And every person, regardless of whether or not they know it, you are special to me. You are a part of me. We have these tough conversations, not because I want to dig in somebody's ass or be mean, but because if we don't, who will? If we don't, who will? I make TikTok videos every single day to make sure people understand if we don't, then who will? Somebody's got to be the change in the world. I chose to do it wearing a villain's mask, breaking every rule possible, and doing it with a smile on my face. Because I'm okay with it. I want you to be okay as well. What is it that we say every single day, kids? May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud, upstanding member of the Outcast Nation. And this has been a Tuesday episode of The Sound of Coffee on Ghost Law Production Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. In 30 minutes, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on these GCPR airways, it is NPC Chatter with the one, the only, Mr. Angry IT Nerd, and the fallen one himself, Demi Fallen. They're going to be talking about all kinds of video game type shit. They're going to have guests. Enjoy what you see from them two brothers. Please enjoy them. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is the Taz with the one, the only, the woman that sells all the records, and my EP, Miss Taz J. She gonna have all the good information. Mr. Jeff Kennedy is on the men, and we want to all give him a shout out because we want him to know that the show goes on, but he will always be a part of it. And Jeff, remember what I told you. Don't force it, baby. Don't. Enjoy it. Grab it by the reins like a dragon. And just Dracarys, baby. Dracarys. Oh, and by the way, Little House of the Dragon shit, since I watched it, Caraxes is my favorite dragon. There, I said it. I don't give a goddamn. I don't care if you like it or not. But we need the YN shot of sheep.
Also, since Thomas forgot, even though I told him before we started the show, for those that like to color, digital printable coloring books are available at tazisms.com. And because he decided to forget, I gave the people what they want. Choke Fart merch is also now available.
This woman has taken a moment of my life where I almost died and turned it into merch. That's what.
Did you die? Did you die?
I did not die. But one of the most embarrassing moments that I've had in the 2 years this show's been on, and all of a sudden now it's a T-shirt you can wear. Choke fart.
First of all,
choke fart.
we just saw you laughing. You told us you choke farted.
I did. Yes,
So,
I did. So
whose
it's my fault.
was that anyway?
It's my fault. Choke farting is my fault, and now it's part of the lexicon of the sound of coffee. That's okay. Please go to Tazism.com and go and check out the Tazism merch, including choke fart. I love you guys. This has been a great show. I'm telling you, we're slowly but surely, we're getting ourselves back on track. Okay? This may be a very new format. We might be doing this from now on. Look at it. Y'all remember the days when your body took a screenshot? Come on, man. This is the new way. This might be the format from now on. Why would you want a choke fart hoodie, sir? What? I thought we was I thought we was better than this. Now want a choke fart hoodie. Part of the game is this.
It's up there, my brother. It's up there.
What kind of shit is this?
Stickers, mugs, t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, you name it. We got choke farts over there, here.
Choke
love
fart
you, brother.
I love you. As always and forever, with love in my heart, I say this. With peace on my mind, I give this. Damn, and I shaved my head yesterday. Lord. If he was any more fine, he'd be wine, baby, and just a tad bit of hair grease. I will see you all in the morning. Why Wednesday? We gonna talk about the final part of this bullshit ass, horrible ass film, and that is The Viewer. I love you guys. Be safe. Peace. Hey, I love you. I'm proud of you. Be proud of yourself today. I'll see you in the morning.